How's it going, everyone? My name is Monkey Jam, and this is Monkey's Grotto, where I am absolutely amazed on how my last video did. I know, going over 100 views is literally nothing in comparison to the almighty machine known as YouTube, but I'm kind of proud. I'm kind of proud that people really, looked at it, watched it, enjoyed it. And apparently, my attractive qualities include screaming at the top of my lungs about a freaking topic and everything. Now, I know I haven't really been too forthcoming on the news and everything. I know everything that's been going out. The whole Dr. Disrespect situation, the whole Johnny Depp situation, all the stuff that's happening in entertainment is just absolutely ridiculous. But right now, I want to focus on something that happened practically, you could honestly say a month ago. I've been holding on to this story for quite some time, but just things just kept happening and happening and happening and happening, and oh crap, this person is talking, oh crap, this person is talking, freaking the Sarkeesian is back. Things have just been back and forth that, your Lord and Savior Monkey, I just been busy. I got whiplash looking at all these new titles, man. My neck is hurting. Goodness, I need a massage. But anyway, I wanted to share this little story with you guys because I would say this is kind of a textbook example of what happens when you have diversity hires. And what I mean by that is that, over the past month, a lot of people have been shouting for representation, more black representation, and all this stuff, hire more black people for this, hire more black people for that, yada, 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 stuff like that. So it's one of those. I wanted to show an example on how this all usually turns out when you force diversity upon companies. This is coming out of a site called belloflostsouls.net. If you want to question me about their legitimacy, go right ahead. I just found this story to be interesting. This was from July 8th. So when I say it's been a while, it's been a while. Title reads, D&D, Wizards of the Coast employee quits, sparking uproar. Now, they say that it was sparking uproar. It was literally for maybe an hour before something else just knocked it out of the park. I can't remember exactly what happened around July 8th. I want to say that was kind of the apex of the whole Velma situation. So at least I was on time for that. Okay. Here we go. Over the weekend, Wizards of the Coast employee Orion Black, ooh, that name, dude, just, ooh, powerful, quit their job, sending the D&D community in an uproar over the company's conduct. Last weekend, designer Orion Black resigned from Wizards of the Coast, issuing a statement outlining their experience working in Dungeons & Dragons, calling out the company's recent diversity statement while detailing their own negative experience as an employee of color at Wizards of the Coast. Now, here's the thing about that. You can already see by the terminology, we're dealing with one of those. I will say one of those. It's my whole thing with the whole they, them thing. I can't get with that. That doesn't really click for me. That clicks for other people. If it clicks for you, that's fine. I support you. I respect you. Just respect me as well. Because I can't with that. And also, employee of color. I also find that terminology just a bit ugh. I hate that because it erases race. And that's what irritates me. That's what lights my monkey ass on fire, I would say. Is that all this POC stuff, people of color, black indigenous people of color, crap like that. That stuff irritates me because it erases race. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not one to focus heavily on race, but race is a factor whenever I talk to someone, whenever I see someone and everything like that. That's just the nature of the beast. That's just how it is. And I feel that it is blind ignorance to not acknowledge somebody's race when you're interacting with them. But acknowledgement and beating them over the head with it, two different things. Now, since we're done digressing, let's continue. This is talking about the whole diversity statement that Wizards of the Coast had. I'm pretty sure we've seen that before. How they're like, oh, more black voices. We're gonna put more black characters in here. We're gonna calm down on the whole racial stereotypes. Even though nobody was ever comparing orcs to black people. You guys remember that shit? That was terrible. That was a terrible time, I would say, in human history right now, is when people were dead ass like, orcs are black people. And it's like, yo, I would say making that correlation is more racist than the people actually making ogres and just so happen to have those correlations, if that makes any sense. I don't know. It just amazes me. Let's get to Black's statement. It's July 3rd, and I no longer work at Wizards of the Coast. I no longer work on D&D. Ooh, brr. The little that I did. This is going to be a long thread and might last for quite a while, so bear with me. I will not, good sir. I will not. I don't have time for this, my guy. Let's get to the whole good stuff. He runs through it. He's saying, how he got 2 different jobs. His love of writing and making games led him to, signing up with Wizards of the Coast and Withers of the Coast. That's bad. Ugh. Wizards of the Coast, making his way to D&D. Working with people on there, and he was, a little bit happy there for a while. But let's get to the good stuff. Don't mind me. I'm just being a monkey and not knowing what I'm talking about. Trust me. So here's like when things are starting to get good. He states, kindness doesn't replace respect. Working within your comfort zone doesn't support change. Most people in that group were not ready for me to be there. A non-binary black person who would actually critique their problems. IDK what they expected. Well, what they expected was for you to shut up and look pretty. That's what they did. That's what they did, good sir, or madam, whichever one you choose. Your name is Orion Black, so I'm like picturing this like statuesque like guy like with a 6-pack that I can like wash my clothes on. I don't know why. Maybe it's because like that DC guy called Orion. Anyway, so off topic. I'm so sorry, people. Let's keep going. So then he says, I worked hard for a very long time. I got a lot of smiles and vocal support, but it was followed by inaction and being ignored. My coworkers were frustrated for me, and still are now. I confided in them often, cried on shoulders for a few occasions. Never cry. Well, I won't say never cry. Never cry in front of your coworkers. That's what I've always had a problem with. Never cry in front of your coworkers. If they're like friends, like hard friends, that's chill. I'm fine with that. But like just general coworkers, never cry in front of them. You never know who's gonna use that against you. I know that sounds a little bit paranoid, but it's worked for me in my case, I would say. Now, let's continue. I realized at one point that leadership had given me 2 assignments over about 5 months. It was mostly me asking project leads for work, searching out opportunities. Leadership didn't really care about me or my growth. Growth. I had to. Which is also just a clear red flag. Like, if they're not giving you any projects, they're just letting you just sit there and everything, clear red flag, but he just keeps going. Here we go, and here's the crux of the point that I'm trying to make to you guys. I firmly believe that I was a diversity hire. There was no expectation for me to do much of anything. I probably disputed them by being vocal and following up. It didn't matter if I was supported by my seniors and positive. I think genuine people proposed me as an option, and it was accepted because it would look like a radical positive change. It would help quiet vocal outrage. And because I had because I had to stay silent, it was a safe bet. That's the crux of my argument. Then, he goes into how he started to lose confidence, started to lose trust, the exhaustions, the constant doubt and everything. People, talking about him and everything. and just how they were just avoiding him, how his work got stolen. It's just crazy, just craziness. And he basically just bottomed out and everything, bowed out of there. He said, look, I'm done. You guys are causing me stress. I'm not doing anything. I'm not growing as a writer. I'm not growing as an artist, as a creator. So I need to leave, you know. And I feel like this is one of those people that have gotten in touch with their pride, I would say, their pride as a black person, which is absolutely fine. And here's what I can say as far as having pride as a black person. Never, and I do mean never, will I ever take a diversity hire position, because that is terrible. That's a terrible place. And the thing is, learn from Orion Black. Learn from this person. Learn from these companies that continuously say, hey, we hear you. Hey, of course, we're hiring black people. We're just shoveling them in. We're sitting them down. We're training them up. We're putting them in there. We're doing it, guys. Look at all these happy faces. They taking all selfies and shit. No. Learn from these companies, because here's the thing, and this is the thing that I have professed to many of you people many times, and I will continue to profess this. Companies do not care. They don't care about you. They don't care that you're black. They don't care that you're white. They don't care that you're Mexican, Asian, gay, straight, Christian, atheist. They don't care. What they care about is what's in your bank account. And they will bend over backwards in order to do what they can to get your wallet, man. Now, Wizards of the Coast being Wizards of the Coast and being hypocritical, that's nothing new. But I really wanted to highlight this one instance of backwards logic, if you'll mind me saying. Not only backwards logic, but just pure unadulterated hypocrisy. And this is the world that you're asking for, people, when you're crying out, give us more representation. Put more people, into these jobs and everything. This is what happens when you beg companies to make changes instead of you making the change. You want more representation? You make it. You make the shows. You make the art. You make the games. You rise up, get the knowledge, get the certifications, get the degrees, get whatever you need to, so you can change the rules of the game. If you want something to happen, do not beg, never bow to these higher powers, because you're better than that. We as black people are better than that. And also, just to my wider audience, we as people are better than that. Never bow, never beg. If you need something done, if you need something to change, you do it. And that's what Orion Black did. He, she, whoever, they needed something to be done. So they did it. They got it done. They weren't getting treated right. They were just getting treated like a Barbie doll. They got sick of it and they left. And kudos to them. Kudos. Absolute kudos to them. Alright. So that's why I wanted to present to you apes today. Just a little something that slipped under the radar with this whole torrent maelstrom of news just whipping us about left and right. I know what you're saying. Hey, Monkey, get to the games. I'm getting to the games. I promise you. I'm well aware of what Warframe's doing. I know what Cyberpunk is doing. I know what everyone is doing. I know. I just haven't reported on it. All right. Well, apes, that's enough out of me. Subscribe if you want to. Click the bell for notifications. Like the video if you liked it. Dislike it if you don't. Leave a comment down below. And for the first time ever, I will beg, share the video. Absolutely. Share it out. Show your friends. Hey, here's this idiot online talking about opinions that I find quite funny. And if nothing else, his screeching, nagging voice fills me with joy. Share it to the world, my beautiful apes. Allow me to get some more exposure so I can deliver more and more truth unto you so that everyone can be enlightened, and more to the point, I can fulfill my purpose in entertaining you. If you would like to, you can go ahead, follow me on Twitter. Yes, I've gone ahead and done it. I bit the bullet, and quite honestly, I regret it. So please help me not regret it by following me and giving me shit to talk about. Alright guys, that's enough out of me. Keep some music in your heart. Keep on jamming. Mucky out, baby.